LoZ New Comic Book Day! What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the third installment on the LoZ's New Comic Book Day. As epically said by our announcer. And we got some shit, as we do every week. What's on the plate, Miguel?
Yes, exactly. So right now, today is fucking June 9th. There's some great books coming out, and we haven't mentioned Image books in a minute. Actually, in one of our former episodes, I hope you're listening to us right now. Go check out the full episodes just to hear our regular banter. Rod's been reading this book, and so as so we got Geiger #3 by Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. Fucking book just came out. Rod, you've been liking it, no?
Yeah, and that's the creative team behind Batman Earth 1, which is pretty cool too, Jeff. It wasn't like, like earth shaking, right? It was just like a pretty good Batman book by Jeff Johns. And yeah, now this is his creator-owned stuff, and he has great storytelling skills, as we all know, along with the beautiful art of Gary Frank. I'm definitely sold on it.
That's also the creative team from Doomsday Clock too.
Oh yeah,
right. Good. Yeah, and the book for the fans out there, it's the third book. It's a brand new series, right? Independent, owned by through Image. It's set in this dystopian future where, like, basically World War III happened or something. Nukes fell, and it's about this one guy who, for whatever reason, survived the nuke falling on him, basically, and he has like this awesome radiation powers, and he looks fucking dope. But it's basically, so far, it's that, like, it's unclear really what's it about. It's been world building, kind of. It's near Las Vegas, and it's about what's been happening there. It's a little bit of a slow burn, but if you like Jeff Johns, you're gonna love this. And even if you don't, just Gary Frank's fucking art alone is enough to keep you fucking engaged in this fucking book.
Right, so, and support creator-owned books.
Yes. Because this is going to become a Netflix series or something down the road, a movie.
Sir.
We'll see. So we recommend this. And moving from Image, then we got the Marvel picks. We've been saying this every week. Heroes Reborn. Heroes Reborn 6 just came out. This is with Jason Aaron. Now with artist Erica D'Urso, who I have no idea what she's done. And with the side story with Ed McGuinness. Still a very good book. I didn't know. I wasn't expecting it. Each book focuses on a member of the Squadron Supreme.
That's lit.
Yeah, so it's like there, and what's actually kind of cool too, so it's about also them noticing that the reality's not right, that something's wrong, and so that's kind of cool, because you would believe that they might be the villains of the book, but it's not, while at the same time Blade is trying to put the Avengers back together. So it's still a very good book of this weird timeline where the Avengers never existed. It's fun. People get in on this.
That's crazy. The Squadron Supreme is interesting enough that every dude should get like a one-shot book. That's pretty awesome.
Yo, honestly, yeah, and it's cool because each book, it's because I kind of want to know more about these characters. Like, I would like for them to actually be back. Like, even if they're twisted versions of Justice League type characters, it's still fucking cool. It's very fucking cool. It's props to Jason Aaron for writing an entertaining fucking book like that. And moving from Heroes Reborn, the next book we got is X-Men #21. We've been talking about this book for a while. Now it's during the Hellfire Gala, and the last week we mentioned it started this big ass event with all the mutants of Krakoa presenting themselves to the world. And it started last week with Marauders, but we don't know what they announced. Apparently they announced something to the world, and apparently people didn't like it. Humans hated it, and we don't know what the fuck they're planning, and so we're still reading it to find out. And X-Men 21, that's when they're going to really show us the new X-Men team of the Krakoa era, which we've shown before in our regular episodes, which is made up of Cyclops, Jean Grey, the X-23 Wolverine, Sync, Rogue, and a Miss Sunfire, and Polaris. That's going to be the new X-Men team. And they're going to debut for the first time in this book, X-Men 21. And it's Jonathan Hickman. Come on. Hickman's fucking dope. And it has an all-cast star of artists in the book. It got Russell Dauterman, Nick Dragotta, who I haven't seen him do stuff since actually the Fantastic Four run he had with Hickman. He was the artist for FF in the Hickman run, which is a fucking great book. And Sarah Pichelli from the Miles Morales Spider-Man books, and Lucas Wernick, who I don't know what they've done, but get on it.
It's a squad.
Yeah, it is. I'm not a big fan when they have a lot of artists on one book sometimes, because then I feel it might make it choppy storytelling, but I don't know. I trust the X books right now very well.
It's like an anthology book with like multiple stories, or like they're just
every couple
switching
of pages.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that either.
No, exactly. If it's an anthology, I'm down for it, but it's not. But I don't know what's gonna be the story, the way they're gonna. It's gonna be set in the Hellfire Gala. So when they're introducing this new X-Men team, so I don't know in what capacity they're gonna need all the new artists. Like, I hope it's a good way of describing different stories, because if not, then it's choppy as fuck. If they just do, even if they're good artists, it'll be weird. And lastly, to wrap up the new comic book days, we'll wrap up with the from the weeklies, the DC books. We have Batman, the Detective #3 by Tom Taylor. We've been raving about Tom Taylor before. We'll be sharing some more books of his right now in a minute. But this is Tom Taylor with Andy Kubert, who's the best Kubert in my opinion. He was the X-Men artist from back in the day and has done some awesome Batman work.
Wait, but what about the actual game character Kubert?
I would still take Andy Kubert.
All right, fine, fair enough.
He's the Onslaught guy, right?
I believe, we got to double check. I think so, though. I think so. Yeah, because that was actually, he was the artist during the X-Men run. Him and I think Joe Madureira.
Which brother did the Batman with Grant Morrison? Andy, right?
I think Andy.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because Adam Kubert drew the Avengers versus X-Men book. I remember that and love that.
But yeah,
anyway.
So for those, that wraps up the weekly. So if you're a DC Universe Infinite subscriber, like I am, I love me some DC. We got a couple of notable releases I just want to mention real quick. I didn't take notes on the creative team, but Miguel will help me out, of course.
Wait. But before we get into it, tell people like what is this? What are the Infinite weeklies? How is that different from these weeklies?
Damn, Infinite weeklies.
Okay. Damn. So every week, if you're a subscriber, you get new releases, right? And they're like about, I think we discussed this, about 3 to 6 months lag.
Yeah, I think it's 3 now. Yeah,
I think it's 3 now with the new DC Universe Infinite app. So every week you get new releases, right? So like for me, these are the new comic books of the week, and for a lot of you listeners, like all 3 of you, maybe you're a subscriber. So here, let me run down my picks. First of all, Miguel's been raving about Batman and Catwoman. I'm not a big Bat-Cat fan, but it has a great creative team. Tom King and
Clayman
on art, yes. And then DCeased Lost Planet 6 by the aforementioned Tom Taylor. And there's an episode, I don't remember which one it is, but I go deep into DCeased. I love it.
Word.
And then last but not least, Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Wonder Woman, War of the Gods. Damn. Now, although I have not read the proper what is it called, death metal?
Yeah, Dark Knight's death metal.
Yeah. For a treatment, go to LoZ 1984 to hear Miguel's treatment on that. But I have been reading these Tales from the Dark Multiverse because you don't really need any continuity. They just read as one-offs of these different twisted versions of the DC universe. When it's dark and twisted and DC, I'm sold. So those are my picks.
Yeah, and with a title like that, like, damn, Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Wonder Woman, War of the Gods, like, of course I want to read this. Like,
hell yeah.
I would buy that in every form: audiobook, comic book, regular novel, video game, DVD, Laserdisc, VHS.
Directed by Zack Snyder.
Yes. Facts. And just a quick side note on that Rod section, on those releases, if you see any character died in those releases, as a rule of thumb, they're probably back by now.
Probably.
There's like a 3 to 6 month lag. So take those shocks you get with a grain of salt if that's the timeline you follow.
Yeah, and luckily DC is like all in on this multiverse shit. So, just because a Batman were to die, it doesn't really matter because there's an infinite number of them.
And actually, that's a great point because it's really funny, right? The 3 picks for the DC Universe Infinite, right, app, if you're a subscriber, Batman, Catwoman, DCeased Lost Planet, and Tales from the Dark Multiverse, the Wonder Woman book, they're all different alternate universes. Because even the Batman Catwoman one, we don't know if it's canon. Jesus. So it's part of the Black Label. Jesus Christ, Chess is just to not approve of it.
Bro, the multiverse. Come on.
The multi shit.
Now you are.
Right, because like for the proper Batman story, because Tom King finished his Batman book, and then now James Tynion, right? I think the 4th, he's writing Batman now. That's where you get the proper current Batman fucking shit, and the Detective Comics book with Mariko Tamaki and Dan Mora, who was a guest on our show. But this one, we don't know. It might be fucking canon. It might not. I don't know. DCeased definitely isn't. And the other one, the Multiverse, definitely is not. But so just, they're good fucking books. Just fucking read them and enjoy them.
I need continuity. Jesus Christ. All right. And that was all the good shit we got for you this week's peeps. Buy some shit, read some shit, and also hear some shit, as in us. All right. Later, everybody. This is Ches.
Yo, it's Miguel.
It's Rock. Peace out.
Deuces.